Welcome back, people, to another JVS movie review. Today we are bringing you Blumhouse's latest film, Fantasy Island. Based off of the 1960s television show, a movie that has absolutely nothing to do with the 1960s television show. But we'll give you a quick synopsis and then we'll get into the cast and then we'll get into the film. The enigmatic Mr. Roarke makes the secret dreams of his lucky guests come true at a luxurious but remote tropical resort. But when the fantasies turn into nightmares, the guests have to solve the island's mystery in order to escape with their lives. Starring Lucy Hale, Michael Pena, Maggie Q. That's the basic key people in this cast here. And let me start off by saying that Fantasy Island 2020 is the worst movie of 2020. I think I said this at the beginning of the year, maybe with Doolittle, and I said Doolittle had a chance to be possibly the worst movie of 2020, and then I saw Fantasy Island and it blew it out the water. This movie wastes Lucy Hale, Michael Pena, and Maggie Q. None of them are good in this movie. The movie is not good in this movie. The decision to make this into a horror based off of the kind of fun elements that were in the original Fantasy Island makes no sense. The movie in general makes no sense. It is at times violent to be violent. It attempts to be a mystery, and then when you get to the big aha twist moment, you just like, that makes no sense. It's just pointless, stupid. Let's not try to make this a completely negative review. So, the cinematography in it is pretty good. They shot well on these locations. I believe the setup would have been great. The premise is really good. Nothing else is, though, but the premise is good. So, cinematography, premise, and sound mixing. That's how you know you got to dig deep into a movie when you got to talk about sound mixing, because nothing else is worth seeing in this movie. This should have been a Blumhouse movie that went straight to either streaming service or VOD, and definitely should not have been released in theaters. I was fortunate enough to see it at a screening, and I saw it, and I said I didn't want to review it because I couldn't find anything overly positive to say about it. And then I thought, why not review it? Because right now it's coming on streaming services. It's coming on demand services for people to pick it up. So I figured this is a perfect time to drop a review because more people will see it this way. If you're a horror movie fan, like I'm a horror movie fan, we see lots of bad ones. And then there's those special bad ones. And this is a special bad one. The only issue, the biggest issue, it teeters on a line from being bad funny to just bad. So if they would have, a slight corrections, it could have been bad funny, which would have made it cool to be a part of. But because they didn't make those corrections, it ends up just being bad. And when it be's bad, it doesn't work for anybody. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out. But my grade for Fantasy Island, I'm going to give it a 0.5 out of 10. 0.5. And I'm giving it a 0.5 because Michael Pena shows up. That's the only reason. It's amazing. A person who I watch save an MCU film gets absolutely underused in this film. In a role that, in all honesty, he could have killed in this role if anybody would have taken their time with this script and decided to do more than just plaster the name Fantasy Island on a run-of-the-mill bad horror movie. It could have been great because it has the cast to be great, and they just blew it. I don't know why. No one knows why. But again, this has been our review. Blumhouse, Fantasy Island. I would recommend you don't watch this movie. But if you're a fan of horror movies, check it out. You'll like it because it's so bad. You have no other choice but to like it. You can make a drinking game out of it. You have nothing else to do at home. Make a drinking game out of it. Every time something stupid happens, take a shot. Every time someone says something they shouldn't say, take a shot. Every time a horror movie trope that you're used to seeing pops up in this film magically, take a shot. This is a shot movie. You'll love it for that reason. Peace, people.